Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Throwback Thursday. This is my series, just to explain, where we're going to be playing dead, out of production, and no longer available miniature games. Going into the archives, pulling out stuff that you might not have seen before, or you haven't seen in a really long time, and going through and basically playing a few games of it. They might not always be in order. You might see us play a couple games of something, go back and play something else. But the plan is that we're going to reintroduce and hopefully show people great games that are still out there. Usually the rules are free in PDF or floating around. That you may not have heard of, may not have played. So today we're going to bring you Battlefleet Gothic. Now Battlefleet Gothic is one of my favorite games from the 90s. It was Andy Chambers' first standalone, he wrote the rules completely himself miniature game. And originally it was published in White Dwarf. You got some little cardboard counter ships and a couple pages of rules to get you started. And it was sort of an inheritor to the original spaceship game that Games Workshop did called Space Fleet. Now Space Fleet was a little bit different. The gunnery table was actually throw dice into the lid of a box. And that was how you hit things. So it was a little less about skill and a little more about how good you were.
More about skill, less about luck.
It was, if you were good at darts, you could be good at Space Fleet, because you were literally just hucking dice in the lid of a box, and where they landed on a picture of a ship was like where you hit the ship and what kind of damage you did. So it was like half a spaceship game and half basically, we can, I have it, I can go get it. And it was half basically, if you were in the Southern United States, playing cornhole. That's the name of a game they play in the Southern United States, cornhole. A lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to play this game today. What I've done is I've scrounged up enough ships that I can teach Owen how to play, and that we can play 1,000-point fleet game. So we're not going to use Cruiser Bash, which is the usual initiate game that you do in Battlefleet Gothic. We're actually going to play a full 1,000-point game with fleet commanders. The only things we're not going to use is some of the advanced rules for boarding actions and stuff, because they're a little bit more complicated. But we'll use ordnance, torpedoes, Nova cannons, fleet admiralty, and stuff like that. And we'll walk through the rules for you guys. If you've played or seen Star Wars Armada, it's essentially the same game. Armada copies and borrows a lot from Battlefleet Gothic in the order that the game happens, in the basic structure of the game. Gunnery getting better and worse the further away it is, ships going before ordnance, and vice versa. So it might be fairly familiar. So you were going to take the helm of the bad guys, like you always do. I gave him the choice. I always give him the choice. Yep. You always got to play the Sith. And he's going to be taking the Chaos Fleet. I'll be taking the Imperials today. And we've tried to mix it up a little bit and give you some examples of stuff. So there's a battleship on the Chaos side. There's some escorts and Nova cannons on the Imperial side. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this game. So it's going to be a standard encounter. Using sort of the Cruiser Bash rules, you have to start 60 centimeters apart. You have 8 turns to play, and then it's victory points at the end. Victory points are equal to ships destroyed, and then also you can gain additional victory points for securing ships. So if you have a hulk floating around nearby and you've secured it at the end of the game, and also if you disengage, you can rob your opponent of victory points by basically sneaking off into the night. You count as destroyed, but you only give up 25% of your points for the purpose of being killed. So let's check out the fleets. We'll check out the models that I scrounged together and literally painted overnight. Like I built these at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. That's a great thing about Battlefleet Gothic. You can paint a fleet super fast. We'll check out the table we're playing on and we'll get started. So here's the 1,000 points of Imperials we'll be playing with. We have, from left to right, a Mars-class battlecruiser. This is a carrier and a heavy cruiser, so it's slightly more durable than a regular cruiser. And has some, you can see launch bays in the back section there, so it'll be able to drop some fighters, bombers, stuff like that. We have 3 Lunar-class cruisers. Lunar is the most common Imperial cruiser in the Gothic War. And 2 of them are named cruisers. So the left one and the right one, this is the Larderos and this is the Minotaur. They can, for 20 points, get rid of their torpedoes and upgrade to have Nova cannons, and they have. So there's 1, 2, 3 Nova cannons in the fleet. Nova cannons, for those of you who've never played Gothic before, are like ordnance weapons in 40k. They basically are guess range, well not guess range, but you place a template and you scatter it, and they do a ton of damage if they hit directly on, and they can scatter off and do blast damage as well. And we have some escorts. We have a pair of swords. These are little weapon battery ones. And in the middle, there's a Cobra. That's a torpedo boat. As escorts, a little bit more maneuverable, but they're super fragile. They only take 1 hit each to destroy, and they only have 1 shield each too. So there is the 1,000 points. It's led by a fleet commander with a single reroll, so a basic character. He will be joining one of the ships that probably has the lowest leadership, because that way I can ensure some decent leadership in one of my ships. And yeah, that's what's included. So that's 1,000 points of Imperials. All right, so here's a 1,000-point Chaos Fleet. Now you can see it's slightly smaller, but it's got a bigger boat. So in the middle here, we have a Desolator class battleship. Now that's a big Chaos battleship that has lances on all sides, so it's got some serious firepower gunning around, and it's got a decent range. You can also see it's on a bigger base. That's a big deal. If you have 10 hits or more in Battlefleet Gothic, you go on a larger base, and that means you're more susceptible to things like Nova cannons and torpedoes that as soon as they touch your base will attack you. So it just represents the fact that you just have more raw tonnage. And then we have 3 cruisers. We have a Styx, which is a carrier. It has some dorsal lances and then can launch lots of assault boats. It's actually a better carrier than the Mars is because it's not trying to do 2 things at once. It's just being a carrier. It has some front weapon batteries. We have a Slaughter and we have a Murder. So the Murder is lots of weapon batteries with some lances, and then, sorry, actually just weapon batteries, and then the Slaughter is lots of lances and some weapon batteries. All these ships are slightly less armored in the front than the Imperial ships are, but they are faster and they are slightly more maneuverable. So the battleship in the Chaos Fleet, for instance, can actually come to a new heading, whereas the Imperial one can't. So there it is, 1,000 points. It's led by a Chaos Lord. He's bought an additional reroll, so he's a basic Chaos Lord, leadership 8, but he gets 2 rerolls that he can spend during the game to reissue orders if he fails an order check. So here's our mats set up for BFG. These are 2 of the 3-foot frontline gaming mats. There's really not a defined table size in BFG. They kind of just tell you to play on the size table you have, but being 6 feet across is good because ships are fairly zippy. We have to start a certain distance away from each other, but other than that, there isn't like a definite table size. So these are going to work just fine. It means we'll roughly have 15 centimeter deployment zones from the table edge when we deploy. So the first thing we have to do now is we have to see what our leadership for our fleets is. The game is a little bit like bookkeeping intensive. So you have a fleet registry where you write everything down, and you have to roll to see what the leadership of your ships are. Now leadership lets you issue orders to your ship at the start of every turn, and orders let you do cool things like come to new heading, lock on where you can reroll your attack dice to hit, and during your opponent's turn, if you think you're going to take a pummeling when something tries to shoot you, you can brace for impact. That keeps you from doing order next turn, but it gives you a save against the hits that are incoming. So leadership's pretty important. We're going to roll for these one at a time. Like I said, your fleet character can go wherever you want. So if you do end up with a ship that you roll a 1 for and ends up being leadership 6, he can go join it and try and whip the crew into shape because they're not going to do very well otherwise. So on a 1, I'm leadership 6. On a 2-3, I'm leadership 7. On a 4-5, I'm leadership 8. And on a 6, I'm leadership 9. We'll start with the Mars. He's going to be leadership 7. That's important because he has to reload his ordnance every turn. See, my fleet commander will probably end up there. The first lunar, he's leadership 7 as well. The second lunar, leadership 7. Third lunar, leadership 8. So we've got leadership 7, leadership 7, leadership 8, and leadership 7. So I'm going to write that down right now, and then we'll roll for Owens. Let's roll some leadership for the Chaos ships. So you want to roll for first.
Desolator.
Ooh, leadership 8. Nice.
8. Then we've got the Slaughter, leadership 9.
Ooh.
Then we've got the Murder, leadership
8.
8. And then these, or sorry.
The Styx is the last one.
That was a
Styx. Leadership 8 too.
Yeah, either way.
So it's going to be 8, 8, and 9.
9.
It's going to be leadership 8, leadership 8, leadership 9, leadership 8. So the one high leadership right now is the Murder. And what's really good about that is it kind of, I think, interestingly represents the fact that the fleet and the Chaos side's probably been fighting together for 10,000 years. They have a higher leadership value than my poor Imperials, who are scraped together peasants that did not want to be here. So again, deployment zones don't really matter in this game. We did put a planet down, but it's going to be purely aesthetic. We won't work with the Celestial Phenomenon rules. It just looks cool. And it actually is the old card planet that comes in the Battlefleet Gothic thing. You actually got 2-sided planets and moons. So you got some cool, like, different... Actually, that color's almost nicer. So we'll leave it on that side because that shows up better in the thing. But yeah, they won't take place in the game. You can just fly over them. The idea is in this game that space is so big that you're never going to actually come in contact with each other. So you don't worry about models touching unless you actually try and ram. So we'll roll off right now just see who deploys first. And that person deploys their whole fleet. I got a 6. So I will deploy second. I'll let you deploy first and we'll see where your stuff goes. We'll be right back after deployment. So here's deployments. My two lunars with Nova cannons, so the Minotaur and the Lordaeros, and my Mars-class battlecruiser are arrayed sort of corner to corner, lengthwise, against the Chaos Fleet. And then at an odd angle, I have my other lunar. This is the one with the torpedoes, and my little flotilla of escorts trying to flank attack them. Owen just decided to refuse a flank, put his guys in a corner facing me, and started the game. So we'll roll to see who goes first, and for the first turn at least, I'm going to go through things as I do them, just so you guys can get an idea of the rules. So rolling off, 4.
1.
That means the Imperials are going to go first. So the ship phase happens first, and that means my guys have to move. So pick a ship and we start it. They have to move forward at least half their movement, between half and their full movement. So my lunars have a movement of, it looks like 20 centimeters per turn. So they have to go at least 10 before they turn. This is a little 15-inch measuring gauge. I'm just going to go straight. If I want to turn, there's a little turn marker here. They can turn up to 45, so they can turn to that first little gold tick there. but I'm not going to bother right now because I'm pretty well lined up. I might turn slightly after I move 10. So moving 10, go to here. I think I'm going to move slightly just to align myself with the battleship. So I don't have to go a full 45, but I can just to line up with it. And then I have another 10 centimeters I can go forward. Sorry, it was 15 rather. I'll go another 5. Like that. All right, my Mars is going to do much the same thing. He's going to go forward 15 to start. Just put him here, and then he's going to turn just slightly again to face the Desolator, and then he's going to go forward 5, like that. Again, moving forward 10, actually 15 rather. And I'll move turn slightly and go forward 5. The other Lunar, he's pretty happy. What he's going to do is he's going to move. Now he has torpedoes, but you kind of have to guess with torpedoes when you launch them. It's not where that battleship is right now, but where's it going to be when that torpedo boat, that flotilla moves again? So I'm going to move forward. And I think I want to actually be aimed towards, I'm going to go 15. So up like this. I'm going to turn slightly. I'm going to go forward 5, because I think that's where I want to actually fire my torpedoes, is in a line like this, so that hopefully I can hit that that bunch of guys as they come. The escorts, they can all move fairly zippy. They can all move 25 at least. I'm going to go 15 to start off with. They can turn after not so much movement, which is nice. And they can turn up to 90, so they can actually turn fairly quickly. But they're not going to turn 90, they're just going to move up another 10. They move 15 so far. So 10 more centimeters would be like this. So movement's over. So now, actually, sorry, before I even did that, I think I didn't need to issue some orders. I didn't have any special orders really to do this turn, so it didn't really matter. Nobody's in range really to shoot, so I'm not worried about the fact. But normally before you move, you would issue all your special orders for the turn. I'm over 60 centimeters away. I'm going to start shooting. So I'm going to shoot the closest target unless I pass a leadership test. I think in this case, I'm just going to not bother. I'm going to start trying to shoot that sticks, because I don't like the fact that it's going to pump out tons of ordnance. So the Lord Daros's Nova Cannon, it's front 90-degree arc. So I'm pretty sure you're well within my front 90 degrees. Yes, you are. And what I do is, I take the Nova Cannon template, I place it over top of your base, and I scatter it. If I roll a hit, it lands on target. Because I'm over 60 centimeters away, it's going to scatter 3d6. Now, this was a change, actually. Originally, all you had to do was guess the distance and place the template, which was gross. People that were good at guessing never missed with Nova Cannons. So in an FAQ in a later sort of like publication of Battlefleet Gothic, they changed it to, it scatters 1d6 if it's within 45. Within 60, it's 2d6, and over 60, it scatters 3d6. So now if the hole touches his base at any point, it'll do d6 hits. If just blast marker touches it, it'll do 1d6. Or sorry, 1. It's going to go backwards a ton, which will hit nothing. Yeah, it's just going to go...
Doesn't do what War Machine does?
And does not stay there, no. So now the Mars is going to take a shot at the same target. Now, do I want to try and shoot somebody else? Probably not. We're going to try and shoot the sticks again, see if I can get a hit. It's going to go sideways a whole bunch and miss. And then the Minotaur is going to, just for fun, make a leadership test and try to hit the Desert. So leadership 7, I'm going to attempt to try and shoot something further away. I fail, so I do have to shoot him. Let's see if it hits him. Nope, it's going to miss again. So you can see Nova Cannons can be incredibly dangerous if they hit, but likely they won't hit. And once he's within 30, I can no longer... All right, so I have a 30 centimeter range, which is about 2 feet with the guns on these guys, which means they are well at a range. Whatchamacallit, over here has a side arc of 90 degrees. I'm pretty sure nobody's in his side arc right now with his main guns. Maybe. Actually, these two could be in range. Let's just check. These guys are 30 centimeter range as well, so they're not going to hit anything. So we will move on out of the movement phase and shooting phase and go to the ordnance phase. I'm going to start dropping any flyers here because I did fire my Nova Cannon. That means I can't do anything else. But I can drop torpedoes out of the torpedo. Now, my torpedoes get dropped to my base, and then they move during the ordnance phase. And these torpedoes will move 30 centimeters. So they're going to go 15, and they always go in a straight line. And 15. And I'm going to hope that I'm going to hit something next turn. My end phase, I don't have anything to clean up. Nobody's got any critical effects on them right now. Nobody's damaged. So we're just going to go to turn 1 chaos. And you can start issuing orders. Trying to go full speed ahead with the Slaughter. It's a leadership test. And if he passes it, he can go 4d6 extra inches.
Actually, wait, we're going to start with the murder.
With the murder? Okay. He's got higher leadership 9. He's going to go full speed ahead.
Yep.
You do. Let's see how many extra centimeters he gets with full speed ahead. He's going to get to go 10, 11. So that moves him up to, I believe, 25 plus 11 is 36 centimeters. So flying ahead. Oh, oh. Not quite. So close.
There we go.
Almost got torpedoed. Place that next to him for the rest of the turn so we know he's halved. Okay. Anybody else?
Next orders will be you're the slaughter. And
Yes,
your
indeed.
guns are mostly wherever I want.
Try for a lock on.
No, come to a new heading.
Come to a new heading?
Out
Okay.
of range with most of my guns, I think.
And that'll
he's
let you
all 30s.
Move.
This will let me
Turn more.
twice.
You got it.
Yeah. And he passes
With
on
an
an
8, he
8.
sure does. So then he moves. Half his distance straight ahead. Actually, sorry, you don't have to. You can go 0 if you want, but you do have to move at least 10 before you turn.
I see. Yeah, well, he's going to go 10 to get that first turn.
And your movement distance is halved this turn. And you can move 5 more and turn again if you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can go
10
another
more centimeters.
That's right. Yep. So I was thinking burn retro is not coming new heading. So that's all the special orders that are coming out, and everybody else is just going to move.
Yep. This guy's just going to drift ahead. You can move 25. Not going to turn.
And then another 10. So the sticks can go 25.
15.
And 10 more. Phase.
Let's do the murder over there.
Okay.
No, that's the slaughter over there. What are the front? Everything's in my front.
Yes,
So
it
I'm
is.
just going to shoot this little ship here.
Okay, you can shoot the escort.
Yeah. And it is range 30 centimeters, firepower / strength 6.
Okay. So we're going to look at the gunnery table, and we are
You are
over
within
20.
30.
Yeah, so total firepower 6. The way this works in the gunnery table is you look at what you're shooting at. In this case, it's going to be an escort. And then what it's doing, it's closing, coming towards you. So 6 is going to go down to 3 dice. Unwisely put the Cobra out front. The armor of this flotilla is going to be a 4+. So for every 4+ you roll, you score a hit.
Nope.
None. Okay, but that will cause a blast marker for me. What that is, it's going to drop my shield simply for me coming under fire.
Get it with his prow lance into this guy.
Okay, he's going to take a shot with his lances.
Yep. 60 centimeters. We are
From stem to
definitely
stem.
within.
Yeah,
We're at
you got
50.
it. For sure.
Okay.
Everything in this game is measured stem to stem because it's considered that these ships are the size of the head of a pin. So these big models are just representative of what they look like,
Except for
not
this
actually
guy
where they
who
are.
represents the whole base.
That's right, because he's huge. All right, so you got 6 centimeter lances. There's no need to use the gunnery table because lances are just always however many dice you have.
Now I did full speed ahead, which is half.
You'll half your lances, yeah.
So from instead of 2, I get 1.
You get 1 lance, exactly.
And then this just
And
works.
it's always on a
4+.
4, yeah. So no matter what your armor is, lances work on a 4+. So bang, that'll zap down one of my shields.
And you take an explosion as well.
No, that's the explosion marks my shield.
With his lances, you're within 60.
Sure are.
Definitely are. So I can combine all of my side shots, right?
Yep, so your lances would shoot separately, of course, because they're not using the gunnery table.
So the lances are 4.
Okay, and you might want to do them after you use your gunnery table. Try and take my shields down first. So with 6 strength batteries for the dorsal batteries, and shooting against a capital ship. Now, how far away am I?
Like 40.
I'm over 30, okay. So that's going to be normally 6 dice, but because I'm over 30 centimeters away, he gets another shift to the column over to 3 dice total. So 3 dice, I'm armor 6 on the front. So if you get
Now,
2 6s here,
you're
you'll take my
moving
shield.
forward.
Needing 6s? Because I'm
Sixes.
front armor 6. 1, so a shield goes down. Now 4 lances, and they are 6 centimeters as well. They just roll 4 pluses. So 1 more, so my second shield comes. What he's going to do is drop his 9 torpedo salvo, because this guy's got a ton of torpedoes.
Yep. And
the sticks
he's
is
going
left.
to shoot straight ahead. We'll take more shots. Let's start shooting this guy.
Okay, fine with the prow weapon batteries. He's probably out of range. Nope, he's
No.
in. Cool.
I'm definitely in. 57.
Cool, so you are within range.
So it's the same thing. It's -1.
Yep, it's over. It's 1 bad shift, so you have 6 for your strength.
Yeah.
So it would normally be 4 and then 1 bad shift for being at range. It's actually better that you didn't shoot the one that had a blast marker in between because it would have shifted again down to 2.
Yep.
So you're going to get 4 dice. Sorry, it's 3 dice needing 6s because my front number 6. So 2 prow lances, 60 centimeters as well.
The guy who's already got explosions on him.
Well, this is actually, you should have tested actually to see if you
yeah.
can shoot him because he's closer. So let's just double
Leadership to
check.
do that? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you passed. So now you can shoot this one normally.
Lances. 1, 2.
Both hit. Okay, so another shield comes down and I take a damage point. So now we have to roll to see if that's a critical hit or not. If you roll just
Even though
one.
it's 2, it's only 1.
Yeah, it's only 1. It's only if you miss completely, you just get a coming under fire 1. So now drop a dice, and if it's a 6, I take a critical hit.
Nope.
Bam. Nope. And there we go, placing another assault wave of ships in base to base. So it's a mixture of fighters and bombers. There's a fighter in each group and two. We're going to the ordnance phase. The ordnance gets to move.
So just measure from the back here, 15, and they get 5 more.
You got it. And they can go anywhere you want. Doesn't have to be. They're totally like not needing to move or turn or whatever.
Right. Going 15 and 5.
So 30 centimeters for the torpedo salvo. Now, if the torpedo salvo moved through enemy fighters, they would actually get basically removed because the fighters move and they move in a straight line. And they go 30 again. So I almost got that slot. If you just got a slightly better all-ahead flow, I would have totally nailed them. All right, so there's the ordnance and the table layout at the end of turn 1. So turn 1's now over. We're going to flip the big turn dice to turn 2.
Do we roll again,
and you remove D6 counters, but there's none that aren't in base-to-base with ships, so it doesn't really matter. And now we move in phase, and I have to decide if I want to do some special orders. I think I am going to issue a couple of them. I'm going to start with this Lunar. He is going to attempt to lock on. 9, he's going to fail. And that's all the special orders I can do this. So he's going to move now. And again, I'm out of special orders. I could burn my reroll right now, but I'm not going to bother. He's just going to move his 10.
I like to think that while we're fighting in space right now, we're executing everyone on this planet.
That's right. That's probably what it is.
We're stalling for time.
We've come to stop that from happening. I'm going to turn slightly like this.
Fire your Nova guns again, right?
I can, just not within 30. No, you don't have to reload Nova cannons, just ordnance.
Got it.
This guy's going to move forward 10, but his speed is reduced right now because of his...
5 for each one of those?
You got it. Sure. Yeah, it's 5. Well, it's just 5 for moving through blast markers. So I'm going to go 10. I'm just going to stop there.
1 or more.
He's going to move 10 and then turn slightly. Yeah, to here, and then just turn to face. So he's going to move 10. He has a 20 centimeter movement, so he's going to go to 5 right there. He'll make a turn, actually, and we're going to try and cross the T. He's going to turn to 45 degrees and then finish his movement another 5 centimeters, which will put him there's this asteroid right here. And then last but not least, the wing over here is going to move through. This one's going to move forward 10. He can move 30 normally. He's going to move forward again. He's going to move 2. These guys are going to spread out a little bit, so they're going to go forward 15. They're going to turn. They're going to move forward another. They can go forward another 15 if they want. They're just going to go 10. He's going to go 10 up to here. He's going to turn up to 90, so lots of room to turn. And then just go forward 5. Movement done, we're going to start shooting. It looks like this guy is not going to want to fire his Nova Cannon this turn because he's going to want to drop some fighters, obviously. Otherwise, there's going to be some bad stuff happening with all this ordnance. And then we are going to, I guess, move over to this Nova Cannon. And it's going to attempt to shoot the closer murder. So let's see what the range is. It's got our 1d6 now because it's closer. And it's going to crank him right dead on. So I don't think the blast is going to hit anything, but it's going to do d6 automatic hits to him. So that's 2, it just takes a shot. The second Nova Cannon is going to take a shot at the murder as well. Pretty sure he's the closest one, but we want to check.
Pretty sure.
I'd like to shoot the sticks if I can, but I'm not really willing to risk the shot.
44? 44 and a bit.
Okay, so we'll shoot the murder again. So let's see if I can hit it. 1d6 scatter. Cranks him again. This is going to be d6 automatic hits. 3. Let's see if any are criticals. So he's almost crippled. A 6 will give me a critical. 1 critical hit. And we'll roll on the table to see what it is. The critical hit table can do extra damage and weird things can happen. I roll a 7, which means you are on fire. If the fire is not put out, it causes an extra point of damage during each end. So now the Mars, again, probably not going to be able to shoot anybody with his main guns because everything is in front arc right now, but he's going to drop some. There we go, dropping 2 packs of fighters out of my carrier.
This one.
So here we have the last big ship to shoot. I'm pretty sure I can see the murder in arc. Let's just double check. Unfortunately, nothing in arc this turn. It doesn't look like the other guy is yet. So I have the slaughter.
Base, then you're in.
No, I'm going from your flying stand.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, it's from flying stand. Oops, I keep turning him. It's from flying stand to flying stand.
No, you're on the front side of the flying
All right, so here we go. The squadron now is going to start taking some shots at you. We are going to drop 1, 2, 3 ships, but they're not combining their firepower right now because they're not in base to base. So firepower 4, capital ship, and it's a beam. So that's going to be 1, to 3 over. So normally it would be 2, but I get a shift because I'm within 15 centimeters to 3 to 2. Look at the wrong part. So with the Chaos Ship having 5+ armor all around, let's see what happens. Double hits, there go your shield. The second one shooting, no hits. I have a single dice from the, whatchamacallit, escort. It does hit. That's one more. And that's actually a hull hit, so let's see if it's a critical. Nope. And then finally we drop some torpedoes here. Now the problem with these torpedoes is going to be they're going to go through blast markers on the way to you. Right, so the shooting phase is over. It's now the ordnance phase. So again, we both get to move our ordnance, but I am getting to move mine first. So this fighter wing is going to move into base to base with the torpedo salvo and remove it. So it's going to go away. And then they get removed.
So what you're saying is I need to put my fighters in front of my torpedoes.
Yes, you can do that too. And these guys are going to move up and just remove one of your stands. In this case, it'll just be the fighters. I'm not sure. I'm going to look it up. I think I can actually only attack one other piece of ordnance per turn. Let's look that up. My fighters will fly in and remove just the fighter wave.
And we both go away, right?
Yeah, we both go away.
Okay.
And then these guys would get to move 30 centimeters. And I guess we'll just go after the bombers themselves. And
All
just
of us go away?
Yeah, you got it. These guys fly off the board. That's my last thing.
They had already moved.
During my turn.
Oh no, that's right. They haven't
So
gone.
this is going your turn, so it just goes 30 and they're off the board. We won't worry about that.
20.
Yep, so now it's over to
Making it
you. You got it, so you can fly 20 and hit me. So now what happens is I will defend with my turrets and see if I can actually blow some of these up. Now, no matter how many hits I get, it always comes off the fighters first. So I have 2 turrets, I believe, on the turrets. I get to fire at them as they come in. On each 4+, I'll destroy one of the waves. I get 1, so it just kills the fighters. Now both of your bombers get it's 2d6 minus 2 per dice, because I have 2 turrets. Attacks against me, ignoring my shield. So that's going to be 2 plus 3 is 5 attacks. On my rear-facing armor, 5d6, needing 5s to hit me. That's always my rear armor. 1, so see if it's a critical, ignores my shields. Nope, but it will put a blast marker down. And that's that. So that's the ordnance phase of my turn 2. So turn 2 chaos. One more ordnance thing. We had this little salvo of torpedoes here. Let's see if it blows up going through the blast markers. It doesn't. So I get 2 torpedo attacks against you. And on a 5+ they hit. 1 hits, 1 doesn't. So now 1 torpedo flies past you. Is it a critical? It is. Actually, you could try and destroy that with turrets though. Roll 2 dice with turrets and see if you blow them up. Oh, so they're both gone. Yeah, blow up both those torpedoes. So trying to repair the...
So he would get 5 because I have 5 hits, but I get half of that rounding up because I have blast markers. And then for each 6, I'll repair.
So you put out your fire. Nope. Damage point from the fire, and that's going to mean he's crippled. All right, the fire keeps on burning, and we go to the chaos turn. So you didn't get to repair that, and now it's your order phase. You remove all your orders.
Now, you say my weapons are half, right?
Yeah, all your weapons are half. Your turrets, your weapons, like whatever your values are for them, are half now that you're crippled because you're below half your starting hits.
Okay. We're going to reload your ordnance.
All right, so start of the chaos turn, reloading ordnance.
Needing to beat an 8. Nails it. Reloaded.
Reloading the carrier as well, so you can launch another wave of attack fighters.
Looking for that 8.
Gets it.
Lock on for that ship. He's looking for an 8 as well. Fails it.
Fails
I can
it.
use one of my rerolls.
Sure can, yeah.
To try and get this anyway. And I fail it again.
Okay, so it's started the move. We should have completed the moves on these guys before we did anything else, but that's okay. You do your orders, then you move your ship. It's started their movement, they make the special order.
Oh, I see.
So the Desolator moving forward.
Floating up 10. He's just going to turn ever so slightly. And then keep moving another 15.
You can go 25, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Imperial battleships are usually 20, so that's a very fast, big ship. That's 15 you just moved.
Yeah, so you went 10 and then 15.
Oh, you went 10 and then 15, sorry.
Yeah.
I think 115 with the first one. The stick's coming to range.
He's going to go 10. And then turn like that. And then go another 15. You are the mortar.
Murder!
You can go 25 as well.
-5 because of the blast markers you move
You
through.
can go 20.
You still have to move 10 before you turn, though.
Yeah. So you can go 10. Then we'll go another 5. Turn a bit. And then do the last 5.
So 10, it's going to turn a little bit.
Turn a bit. And then go another 5. To
You
here.
have to move D6 blast markers in the last turn. That would take this one away, and we'll do one of these. Turn the guns.
Who makes sense to shoot first? So I think the Desolator shoots last. I think that's the way it goes with him. So the murder's going to go. He's going to fire his port weapon batteries at this fella, and then his prow lances into the front in 30.
So within 30, yep.
And it was power strength 10.
Half
So
to
it goes to
5 because you're
5.
crippled, and then you
Yeah.
just check the ship because you're a beam to me. So a beam and at 30, how many dice do you roll? Needing 5s because it's in my flank. It's 2, so there goes my shields.
Okay. And then firing his lances straight ahead at this larger ship here. 2 goes to 1 on a 4+.
You got it.
Nope.
Firing the sticks, which is the carrier. Now, closest target to you there is going to be that front lunar, or sorry, the Mars rather.
Oh, he has to do a test to shoot that guy.
No, he doesn't, because it's in arc. Closest in arc.
As well, Styx has got his dorsal lance and prow weapons. So we'll fire the prow weapons first. Those are 6, and 6 goes to 4, and you're just straight ahead. And we're within close range.
Are you within 15? So 4 dice from the firepower.
5s.
6s from the
Or
front.
6s, that's right. You guys are... That's a 6.
Good in the front. Yep, so 1. So it's going to put in the blast mark ram. The second shield goes down.
Okay. And then lances in the front. He gets 2 of those. 4s.
1.
1 lance.
See if it's critical.
Crit on a
Here
6.
comes the desolation of smog.
People in every side here.
It sure does. You gotta start with the closest, that's all.
Yeah. So this is only these 2.
So it's gonna be the
Front
Mars.
is him. And
Yep.
then right. Yeah.
You got it.
So we'll fire, instead of firing forward with my dorsal batteries, they're going to go left and go for this guy. So there's 6 normally. They'd go down to 4, and then you're on fire, so it goes down again to 3.
You got it, yeah, because you got blast markers you're shooting through.
Okay, looking for 6s. Nope. Okay, and then his lances to the left. He has 4 of them.
Ugh, all in 4s. Bang,
1, 2,
bang, 3. So 3, I'm now crippled. See if any of your criticals. 4 lances over into this other lunar.
On 4s.
You forgot to drop his ordnance. If you want to drop your torpedoes, you can, but I don't think they're going to hit anything, because you can't use torpedoes so that they're lined up with the fighters and bombers with the sticks here. So 4 individual waves of fighters and 1 wave of fighters. And finally the slaughter.
And he is still fine. He's got all kinds of guns. So on the left. Now, he's not shooting through explosions, right? So
Nope.
he's not penalized
You
by
got
that.
it, yep.
I don't think we're within 15.
Nope, stem to stem.
His port weapons.
Over to here, so
What do you got
4.
For 6s
Because
still?
we're beam. Yeah, no 5s, but
5s.
still nothing.
Still nothing?
Because front armor 6 on these guys, because they have the armored prow.
Same, actually.
3 more shots then, because you had
Yeah,
it.
from the other
Extra
gun.
firepower.
Looking for 5s.
1. So see if you get it, because my shields are down, see if you get a critical. Lances down to the side. Nope, miss. Ordnance phase.
Go, torpedoes.
Go, destroy. Alright, so the torpedo's going to fly into me, so my 2 turrets, see if I shoot some down. I do, I shoot down 2, so this wave goes down to 7. And then you get 7 attacks against my front armor, which is 6. And they also fly by. So 7 shots on 6s, ignoring my shields.
Nope.
Nada, so the 7 just fly by me, whatever the rest of 30 is. Over there. This fighter wave, don't roll a 6. On the 6 they dead.
I haven't rolled a 6 yet.
It's true.
But,
Nope,
no.
you're good. So my turrets, let's see how many I destroy. 4 pluses. 1.
Just the fighters.
That's right.
And it's 2d6 minus 2 on each dice.
That's right.
We get
1, 2,
3.
3 on 5s. Might kill me. 1, 2.
2.
Oh, are they criticals?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because this could just blow me up.
then
The Mars
the
might be getting ready to disengage. Yeah.
So we're gonna fly 2 of the fighters to the Desolator here,
Sounds good.
and then another one over to this little fella as he slowly burns out, and then the last one he's gonna keep on himself.
Repair checks, yep. See if you repair your fire. Come on, murder, go out.
He gets 4 because he's not half this time. 6s, got it.
Got it.
Not on
Blast
fire.
markers go away. 3 from anywhere.
2.
Okay, so during the turn of my turn, we are going to have to get cheeky. So we're going to start the moving phase, and this Mars is going to attempt to disengage. Okay, so this ship is going to move, because I have to move before I try and disengage. That's going to be slightly bad for me. Where's the... So I'm going to move 10. That's the most I have to move. And I'll end up right there. So I'm going to get +1 to my leadership for having my blast marker within 5, and -3 for having enemy ships. So I'm going to leadership 8, 9, -3 is 6 right now to try and disengage. I pass. So he's removed from the table, and he won't count as just. He'll give up victory points as destroyed. He's only going to give 25%. So this lunar is now going to try and lock on, and he fails. So nobody else gets to lock on this turn. We're going to go 10 up to here. We're going to turn. We're going to turn, and we're going to move another 10. for our max 20. There you go. So we're going to be engaged like that. This guy's going to move 10. I think he's probably just going to move in straight ahead. Would have been nice if you guys had locked on, because then I'd be rerolling all these hits. We're going to turn slightly like this, and we're going to do another 10. Up to here. So we are going to move 10 with this fella. Up to here. He is going to turn his full 45. So, oops, back a little bit. And then he's going to move another 10, which we'll put him there. Like that. 5. My bad, because he did clip those blast markers. Now, these guys can move a full, or turn a full 90 before they move. So he will move 15, and then 15, and put himself up here, because he can go 30. Sorry, 25 rather. 30, because he's a Cobra. He's a slightly faster movement in the squadron. And this fella, he's just going to go around. No, he'll turn 90. He'll just take his negative and fly through the blast markers. So he's going to go 20, 15, and 5. All right, so movement is over. Let's shoot some guns. We're going to start with this Lunar, and he is going to broadside this guy. 6 port weapon batteries, hitting a capital ship abeam. So capital ship abeam, actually I might even be in your front. We're going to dice for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1 to 3, I'm in your side. 4 to 6, I'm in your front. I'm right in the line, so I'm in your side.
Cool.
So it's capital ship abeam, so 6 with a capital ship abeam. So that goes down 2, 3, 2, and then a right shift because I'm within 15. Or left shift because I'm within 15. So it's going to be 3 dice. Hitting on 5s, 2, so your shields go down. So now we get to shoot 2 lances into him on 4s, 1 hit, see if it's a critical. It is not. I've got no front guns except for Nova Cannon, so nothing shooting there, and everything else is out, because I think my flank probably doesn't have anything in it. Nope. Oh, hang on, maybe that fighter wing. I think that fighter wing's in.
Again?
That's right.
I thought it didn't matter. I thought it was just they were just circling.
No, well, no, they're capping because they're in base to base.
Got it.
So they'll affect enemy ordnance. But I'm gonna try and do 2 lance shots on. I always hit on a 6. Nope. And then my gunnery table of 6 hitting ordnance, or sorry, which is the worst kind. So 6 all the way down to ordnance, which is 1. I get a left shift though because I'm so close to 2. So on a 6 I blow it up. Nope. So this other Lunar, this is the Minotaur. He's gonna try and shoot you. I have to try and shoot the Murderer because it's closest right now. So I'm going to.
Both sides for both of them.
That's what I thought. So the Minotaur is gonna shoot the Murderer. We'll do my weapon batteries first. Beam. So that's going to be capital ship beam. 6 goes down to 2, and a shift left for being within range. So 3 dice on 5s, nothing. 2 lances on 4s, 1s. One of your shields goes down. The other side against your battleship. Yeah, this thing has lots of shields. I think it has 4 shields.
Yep.
So again, I'm going to get 3 dice for capital ship beam. Needing 5s. There's 1 shield down, and then 2 lances. There's 2 shields down. Now the salvo from over here, I have 4, 5 firepower at a capital 4 dice, 3 going to 4. 1. So
3 shields down.
All your shields down?
No, I have another one.
Okay. And this one's going to be at further away, so no good shift. And that's 4 dice. Capital ship beam goes to 1, and then over to 2. So 5s, 2.
Wait, why was it 2? I don't understand.
Oh no, it should have been 2. It should have been 1 because there's no positive shift. So I'll roll again. 5s, 1. Cool. Is it a critical?
You just got my shields now.
So he didn't realize that placing this blast marker here for the Murder was going to actually affect his Desolator too. So we're going to place it right there.
Where it makes a lot more sense.
Where it makes a lot more sense, and now that's going to. So now the last Lunar, he's going to take some shots into this guy. So 6 firepower, moving away. Capital ship goes down to 3. Within 15 goes to 4. So 5s with 4 dice. 1, so 1 shield goes down. 2 lance shots, neither of which. And that's going to be turn. We're going to have no criticals to get rid of. We'll remove D6 blast markers. That's going to be 5, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we'll leave those ones. We'll take these 3. Guys will move another 30 centimeters and just flat the board.
Yep.
So going to turn 3 now. Chaos. Leadership 7 to reload because he's got blast markers base to base. Good. So they're reloaded. So he's going to try and come to new heading. So -1 leadership for being in base to base with blast markers. So leadership 7.
7.
Good.
Nice.
And the Murder. So leadership 9, I think he was.
9 goes to 8. Murder was 9, yep.
Heading on the slaughter as well. So he's got leadership 7 right now. We're still supposed to be moving these as we go, but you know, first game, slaughter can go
30?
30. I think he's the fast
he's
one.
the fast one. Now is he slowed down?
Nope,
Is this
he's not
behind him?
moving through it. If it's behind him, he's fine.
Got it. And he has to go at least 10.
Then you can turn. You can do 2 turns this turn. But you have to do 10 before you do each one.
Yep. So he'll go to 10 to there. It will turn. Fly another 10 to here. It will turn again. 45. Like crazy.
Later moving.
He normally moves 25. He'll go 20 this time.
That's right, because he's got blast markers he's going to move through.
So he's going to go 10.
Should put him there.
Halfway up that. And then he's going to do a 45. Because he still turns 45, right?
Yep.
You bet he does.
At least he can come to new heading. The Imperial battleships cannot. 10 more.
And he's going to turn again.
You got it. And there's the Desolator at the end of the move.
And these
Cross
guys
the T.
each take a...
On a 6, they're destroyed.
Are there one group?
They're one group, yeah, because you
Yeah.
put... Well, unless you put them down individually.
No, there'll be one.
Okay.
Whatever.
No, the Moida.
He's going to not be going through any explosions yet.
Nope.
So we'll zip ahead.
And again, you can avoid my... Don't worry about my base, you just go forward freely.
Yep.
Turn 45.
We'll do a 45 turn. And then he'll move a bit.
Don't want to hit the blast markers because your shields will go down.
We'll just go 3
Okay.
and do that as my half.
Okay.
And then he won't get another turn.
Nope.
Going 10, he's slowed, so you can only go 20 inches in total. That's 10. Do his fighters die? Nope.
Nope.
He'll take his 45. And then he'll move another 10. Because he can. Guns are better at range.
And that's right.
And mine are
The
not.
shooting phase.
Everybody's kind of reduced.
Yep.
He can't shoot backwards.
Except for the guy who can't shoot backwards anyway. So.
Yeah. So we'll shoot a Desolator into the back of this guy.
Sounds good.
Actually, no, you're penalized more for shooting in the back, right?
That's... Well, no, it's
Than
back...
abroad?
No. A beam is worst, then moving away is second best, and then moving towards is best. So moving away within 15, but through blast markers.
So his 6 strength goes to 3 because I came to a new heading.
That's right.
And then 3...
So 3 moving away
2
is the 2.
goes to 2.
Same way.
Stays at 2. Alright. And we're in the back this time.
Fives.
So 5s. Pow.
1. Other shield goes down. And then you can lance me twice.
Double lances. Instead of 4.
Oh,
More.
2 hits. Criticals.
This guy I don't think can see anybody. Am I in your 45? Can't tell. I think you're in my back. So I don't think he can shoot.
Yeah.
And then this guy, you're definitely in his side.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take some shots at that little fella.
Sounds good. A beam. So escort's a beam. And your lances are halved. And your batteries too. Combining the prow and the lance batteries. You could also shoot the prow probably over here if you wanted to, but it's further away.
Probably. Well, I mean, they're all both out of 15.
Yep.
So what difference does that make? Unless you're within a foot, you're out of a foot.
Okay.
So we're not gonna do that.
So we're going to combine the prow and the side into there. Halved at 7.
7. Yep. Now I'm shooting a
Escort, a beam.
So I'm into the second bracket, and then a beam for another 1 down.
Yep.
So
No,
2.
it's just escort a beam. So it's 7, goes over to escorts, which are a beam, which is all the way to the very bottom, which is 1 dice.
Yeah.
Single
Goes to
lance.
0.
No, lances don't use gunnery table. It's just halved. So it's however many lances you have halved. 'Cause you don't use
2
the gunnery
goes to
table for
1.
them. Yep. So 1 lance. No. 6 is going to drop 6 bombers.
Yep.
1 wave
Yep.
as well.
Other boys.
There you go. This is where we start missing the Mars. Now the sticks is... Now you see why ordinance is amazing in this game. Because 1, it allows you to defend the rear of your ships, which most ships don't have guns for. And 2, once the enemy carrier is gone and you can't stop them, it gets really good. Ordinance phase, I don't have any, so you just fly in. I'm going to try and blow some guys up with my turrets.
Do we want to go for that guy, though?
Oh, but I think you're going to end up not being able to avoid a blast.
Nah, we'll
marker
just
if you
go
do
into
that.
this fella.
Okay, fair enough. So see if I blow up some ordnance with my turrets. I get 1 of them, so it's 5 now.
Train is coming.
That's right, 5d6 minus 2 per guy. Ooh, and it does go to 0, so 3, 3, and 1. 7 on 5s.
Blow him up.
You might.
1.
1. See if it's crit. I hate dice. They're so bad. Pretty good. Hey man, it hits a hit. 6 blast markers go away, so 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So here we are now. And I have to make some decisions because my ships are out of position and they have crap leadership. Luckily, my escorts are now behind the Chaos Capital ships, which is where they want to be forever. Lunar, and he is going to try and come to new heading.
Go leadership.
These two, I think he's going to try and come to new heading as well. You're on special order, so I'm +1, -1 for being in blast markers. I'm actually leadership 9 over there too. So I'll be leadership 7 with that one, and I'll pass. So he is also going to come to new heading. And then this fella is actually going to lock on. And he does with a 7. So this guy's moved forward 10, and he's going to turn 45 with his first turn. And he's going to move 10 again. And I should have been doing this the whole time. Oops, and turn 45 again. Like that. This guy is also on coming new heading. He is going to go forward 10. Up to 5 there. He's going to turn 45. Like so. He's going to move 10 again.
Oh, you're going that way.
Oh yeah. We'll have a beam fight. I'll have a beam fight with you. Up to there. And then he's going to turn 45 again.
That looks
okay.
good.
He was locked on, wasn't he?
Yep.
There's his dice. So he's going to go forward 10. He's -1 right now. So he's just going to go forward his 10. Like so. He's going to turn 45. Like so. And not his full 45. They're just going to turn like that. And he'll move forward another 5. Which we'll put him there. Actually, no, I'm going to go back. I'm going to turn slightly more.
You can turn again.
No, I'm going to go back to where I was. No, that was my first turn. I moved 10, then I moved 5. This is, I only have 15 inches or 15 centimeters. Okay, so last but not least, the wolf pack is going to move. They're going to turn 90 and fly like so. These guys are going to turn 90 and fly like so. He'll turn not quite 90. And he can go up to 30. He's just going to go join his friends. So they can combine all their firepower. So we're going to start shooting some guns. We're going to start with the wolf pack over here, and they're going to shoot into your slaughter. So that'll be 9 firepower at a capital ship abeam, so all the way over to here, but then with a shift because you're within 15 inches. None. So Mr. Locked On, he's going to take some shots into your Desolator.
He's slightly further away than the murder, it looks like.
Yeah. So we're going to make a leadership test to do that. Leadership test to shoot past. That is Lord Daros. He's leadership 7.
Okay.
So leadership 7 passed.
Cool.
And that means we've got shooting through blast markers, 6 firepower, and a capital ship beam. We're going to reroll it on 5s. Nope. And then 2 lances. Both
Zap, zap.
So 2 shields. The other Lunar, he's halved right now because he's on special orders. He will attempt some shots into your 3 firepower to capital ship beam is 1 on 5. Drops shield. I'll place it on top of the
Fighters?
Yep.
Does that roll
4.
immediately?
Nope. So this guy over here, the last Lunar, I think is range by 9 centimeters on the guns there. So that looks like it is my turn. I have no criticals in play, but I will remove some blast markers, and that'll be 3. We're gonna do.
You have to remove them?
I do. 1, sure. 1, 2. All right. Special orders come off for you, and we start Chaos turn 4. So let's see where the ships go. Ordinance. I'm on special orders, that's right, and you're in blast marker, so it's straight up 8. That's right, we're going to do this right this time, and the sticks will move properly.
Okay, so
need to get some of the blue whippy sticks this game came with.
10. And the fighters, do they all die as they fly through that? No.
Nope, they're good. So the cap comes with you.
Keep our little escort with us. He's going to do his 45. Let's say 5 more. I think that'll do.
Next ship.
Sending screens of them. We're going to use the capital ship. He's going to try and lock. So he's +1, -1, so
That's
8.
right. Bishop 8. Got a reroll left.
Use my last reroll. As your moment.
Negative. It's an 11. So 10.
There we go.
You can make one turn. This cap comes with him.
Yep. He's going to do a full 45. And then fly forward another 10 because he's slowed. Do much. He'll fly forward, let's say 15. And then turn a full 45.
He's got 10 more if he wants.
Yep. And we'll use it.
And his cap comes with him. Slaughter moving forward.
He's going to turn probably the full 45.
Try and bring some guns to bear.
15. And then another 5, his full 30.
Shooting phase.
You're close. You're going to negate explosions. So you shoot first. So I think we're within 30 I think we're within 60, which is actually what my range is.
Yeah, your lances have a crazy range.
And we're shooting at...
Lances first or batteries first?
Batteries first.
Okay.
Because always batteries
2 dice, capital ship beam.
Looking for 5s, because we're on the side.
Zap. 1. There goes a shield. And then you get mega lances.
And then 4 lances on 4s. 1.
1. Let's see the shield. Shields are down. Oops. Slaughter's coming in.
He's going to add his prow weapons to his broadside there.
His port.
So he goes from 8 up to 14.
And that's going to be capital ship within 15 through blast markers, so it's just no shift.
So just 7.
5 total dice.
One
Fives,
more?
one more, so let's see if it's critical. It's going to go through. 2 lances, 4s. 1
Zap.
hits. Is it a critical?
Zap.
Yes. What kind of critical?
2d6.
Fire counter on him, so we can mark that lunar is on fire.
Styx broadside is pretty good. So
So
yeah,
tempting
we're
leadership?
going to try and shoot that guy.
Go for it.
Pass. So first we'll put in his batteries.
Okay, I'm probably moving away. I would say, yeah, definitely moving away.
So
So
6.
batteries, but it is through blast markers. So moving away through blast markers. So one bad shift
So 2.
on 5s.
Yep. Pow pow.
Whoa! All right, see the criticals.
Pow.
1 more critical. Ugh.
Another fire.
Crippled and doubly on fire, and both have to be repaired.
Shooting here.
Okay, so the murder's going to take some shots at
Within
the
45.
Minotaur.
He only gets half though.
Yep.
Because
He's crippled.
he's crippled. So his 10 goes to 5.
Okay, so capital ship a beam over 30, so it's a bad shift. I think you're probably down to 1.
Yep.
1 dice, 5 plus. Dropping some ordnance. Again, should have been in the shooting phase, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
okay.
that's right.
So just gonna drop a whole wave of them.
Yep.
Whoa. All right.
And they get launched.
Yeah, so they get to move during your ordnance phase 20 centimeters as a wave.
Yeah, not quite enough to make it to you.
But enough that you'll be nearby when the next ordnance phase happens. Turn 3, we're gonna move on to turn 4. Repairs. That's
repairs.
right. I have some repairs to do here.
So
I
you
have 4 left. I have to repair 2 of these to not take fire damage.
Got
One goes away, but I do take a fire damage, so I have 3 boxes left. Okay, so let's see what we can see. I think we need to try and murder the murder. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to attempt to lock on with these guys.
Okay.
You're on special orders, so I can turn 90 before my move. So like this, and this guy can move 25. So that's 15. And 10 more. Oh, sorry, we need to remove D6 blast markers. Okay. And 10. Just going to put us there. He can move 30, so he's going to turn like so, and go 15, and then 15 to there. He's going to turn like this, like that, and go 15. And so, attempt to come new heading with this guy. That is the Lord Daros, who's leadership 7, so +1, -1, blast markers, and you're on special orders. I failed, so I'm done. So he gets to move minus, I'm going to go 10. That's going to put me right here. And I can make a turn. And we're going to turn like so. I can move 5 more, but I don't think I'm going to. This guy can move. He's going to move 10 to there. He's going to turn his 45 So he's going to turn like this, and then he can move another 10. I think he's just going to move 5. All right, so these guys...
I'll get you.
Yeah, well,
What happens if you
it's
fly
going to
into
happen.
bombers?
Then they attack me.
Ah. Then I should have gone the full distance.
Yes, you should have.
Oh well. I thought it was I had to actually attack you. That's okay.
We're going to turn...
That way? This way?
Like this.
That way.
Ever so slightly. I like this ever so slightly, actually. You can attack me no matter what I do. Movement's over. Let's shoot some guns. These guy is going to shoot all of his guns. Is needing 6s. Nope. Adds up to 6 though. And then firepower of 6 within 15, but against ordinance, so bad. So it's going to be 1 dice with a shift to 2 dice. 6s. Oh! Destroys the whole wave. Okay, so now these guys who are locked on are going to attempt to shoot the murder within 30, and that's going to mean I can get total firepower of 5 at a capital ship moving away. So 5, capital ship moving away goes to 3. 5s with rerolls here. Nothing. And nothing. The crippled Lord Daros is going to take some shots into the slaughter. So firepower 3, because it's halved right now against a capital ship abeam, is 1. So on a 5. Nope. And then 1 lance on a 4 has nothing in range, and that's going to be turn 4 Imperials.
Go on.
There we go. Reload some ordnance.
You have special orders out this time.
I sure
Climb
do.
Leadership 9.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
He moves.
That's right. Here we go. So he'll slide up his 10.
Oh, sorry. I need to put my fire out, or I'm dead.
Oh, that's right.
Hurrah! I do. That fire goes out.
Well, that's good for you.
Sure is. And blast markers go away. 1. I'll take away this one.
Yeah, because they flew into it. That's right.
They weren't base to base and they got out.
Moving up his 10. And he's going to do a 45. And move up 3 more. He's
That's what he's going to
leadership
lock
9.
on. Yeah, he sure is. Good.
Passes.
Move your cap.
Yep. He's kind of redundant now. Seeing
Yes.
as you don't have any torpedoes.
I do have some torpedoes here I could reload. Actually,
Okay.
torpedoes over there as well.
There we go. All right, it's worth it then. We'll continue to drag them along. Nah, he won't even turn. I'm just like
Move another 10.
doing it. I think he's leadership 10, but he passes.
He's good, yep. The murder's +1.
Yeah, leadership 10. So he'll go his 10. He'll turn 45. What happens if you fly off the edge?
You disengage.
Then he'll zip up to there. Leadership 9. And we fail. Okay. He's got 30 he can go. He'll go up 10. Turn 45. Wait, I can turn at any point, right? I don't have to turn at the 10?
After your first 10.
Any point after 10,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so
And
he'll
then you can
keep
turn
going.
at each 10 after that.
Yeah. So
If
he'll
you
go
have multiple
20.
turns. Mm-hmm.
And then he'll just do a 45 here.
All right, shooting phase.
Starting as we needs to go on. Not quite within 15.
Okay.
The Desolator's still going to shoot first.
Batteries. Closing. Actually, am I closing on your front? Maybe.
On this
Oh,
side.
yeah, definitely. No, you
Yeah,
definitely am.
It's only that guy who's
A beam
not
6
it.
to 4.
Looking for 6s.
6s, that's right. But locked on. Reroll.
Rolling. Nope.
And locked on lances.
4 plus.
Rerolling.
4 plus. Next locked on guy will shoot. He is the crippled one.
Yeah, he's halved, not within 15. 5 through blast markers. That's something closing.
So 3.
There you go. With rerolls.
Looking for those
Sixes?
6s.
Nope.
Nope. He has both of his can combine, so he'll go to 8 against closing and now in those, so 4. Looking for 6s, no rerolls. Yes, 1 hit.
Okay.
And the last
Sticks.
guy, he is definitely within 15.
Sure am. A beam with 3 blast markers. So just no shift.
This
just,
is the slaughter.
Yeah, slaughter a beam.
He's going to go to 14,
Capital ship a beam.
so 7.
5.
Looking for 5s.
2 lances on 4s.
1.
1. So critical? Yes. And what is it?
Box
Fire?
guys.
Fire?
8.
Oh, we'll let you shoot your ordnance because you forgot to.
I keep thinking they happen in ordnance phase.
They do. They move in ordnance phase, or they get dropped in the shooting.
So do we have to fly straight at you?
You do. You have to go in a straight line, but you can turn any. You can fly any direction. Don't roll at 6. Just do it.
Yeah, whatever.
Just don't roll a 6. You'll be fine.
Go, boys! They're going in.
Okay. Good. See if I blow some up with my turrets. Get 1. So that's going to be 5 stands attacking me. So 5d6 minus 2 per dice. Ugh, 4,
3.
8,
Yeah.
11,
12.
12. Oh my.
1, 2, 3,
And
4.
that destroys me.
5.
See if any of those are criticals.
6, 7.
2. Okay, what kind of criticals? Uh-oh.
Or sorry, 10.
Shields are gone.
Okay.
And again.
And the other one.
Pocket collapse!
Plus D6 more.
Plus D6. So it's 5 plus 2, 7. So it's catastrophic damage now, and plus 3 to whatever the damage is. So roll 2d6 and see if my warp drive explodes. 5 plus 3
7.
is 8.
8.
Blazing Hulk. I move forward 46 each turn, leaving blast. Turn into a Blazing Hulk.
Would have been in shooting. This was ordnance we already did.
Yeah.
So we'll
Forgot to shoot these guys. That's cool. Well, at this point, I think I'm going to disengage anyway because I have 2 capital ships left, one of which is crippled, a small wolf pack, and you have 1 ship crippled. So we're going to call it a game. All right. So at the end of the game, I had my disengaged battle cruiser worth 25%. So that was going to be 50 plus 17.5, 67 points. You blew up the lunar. He was 200 points. That was 267. And you crippled him. And crippled ships are worth half the shredding value. It's another 100. So 367 victory points. All I did was cripple your murder.
He's 170, so
roughly 367 to about 80. So you win.
Yeah.
Chaos is victorious. I really like Battlefleet Gothic because it's a game that encourages like movement for victory. It's the same reason I like fantasy. Movement is the entire game. If you get out of position like I did, even if you do get a good run, like I flubbed my run in between the 2 ships by filling all my lock-ons. Might have been a very different game if both those ships were locked on, for one thing. But yeah, no, you can get into a really bad place when your ships are all spread out. So keeping your ships together, especially when you have a big capital ship like that that's so dangerous, is a really good tactic. If I'd had light cruisers, normally what I would do is I would actually have that little escort squadron with 2 light cruisers, and when we paint up more stuff, you'll see the tactics evolve with both armies. But the Imperials are slower and more heavily armored and less maneuverable than the Chaos Fleet is. They tend to make up with that by taking escorts and by taking light cruisers. So light cruisers have 6 hits instead of 8, but they can turn 90. So they can't turn before they move like escorts can, but they can turn after they move, and they can zip around really fast. So you tend to see guys take packs of like 2 or 3 Dauntlesses, which is the light cruiser. They can have lances in the front armament, they can have torpedoes in the front armament, and that tends to offset the fact that you've got 30 centimeter moving slaughters that can just get away from you pretty much no matter what you do. So we'll probably play this game again. I'm going to paint more stuff for it. Owen seemed to enjoy it, which is a good thing, and bring you more stuff for our Throwback Thursdays. So I hope you enjoyed this first look at a Throwback game. This was Battlefleet Gothic. We'll play it more in the future. Talk to us in the comments. Tell us what you want to do. We're going to try and scrounge up more fleets and more old ships and just give it a go and try the different tactics, the different stuff. So we know Chris from Mini Wargaming has some Eldar. I don't know if anybody has any orcs around here, but we'll see. We'll see what other fleets we can bring in. And we'll try other dead games too. So thanks again for watching Throwback Thursday. We'll see you for more wargaming soon. Until then, have a good one.